Hello, I hope you're well. Today I want to share a rather striking figure with you, and that is that about 70% of what we watch on YouTube is recommended to us by the algorithm gods rather than being something we chose to watch ourselves. And this figure was shared by YouTube executives back in 2018, so the percentage might be even higher nowadays. And this means that we're way less intentional about the content we consume than we probably think we are. And this has consequences both on a personal and a social level. And there's also another comparison I came across recently that I think really highlights why this matters so much. It was in a video by Hank Green, a science educator I sometimes follow, and he was emphasizing how information is information, i.e. something that literally goes inside us in a way, similarly to food, and just how we need to pay attention to our food choices, our diet, for our overall health. So we should be more mindful about our media diet, the choices we make when it comes to consuming content. So basically, the main part of what we consume should be knowledge. That's the equivalent of the nutritious food that keeps us fueled, and it's the good kind of information that helps us make sense of ourselves and the world. Then there's entertainment. Let's think about that as empty calories, which are fine in moderation, just like, say, a glass of wine or dessert. And finally, that's what we really need to be more mindful of. There's the information that's just the equivalent of ultra-processed food. That's the junk food, the stuff that's made to be hyper-palatable and to keep us hooked. Think internet slap, memes, outrage bait. This kind of content is meant to spark our fear, our anger, our indignation, and it often leads to misinformation, to online arguments, and traditional media and journalists often get swept up in these algorithm surges as well. So the end result is that calm, factual reporting gives way to sensationalism and so on. And in a recent video by Blast, which is a French independent media channel, they were saying how all of this is leading us to a post-truth world, i.e. a world where beliefs and emotions drown out facts. And basically what matters is no longer what's real, but what feels real. So I'm painting a rather bleak picture, I know, but I'm sure it's a picture you can all recognize because there are a lot of other people way more qualified than I am discussing these topics already. So what I would like to do to end this video is to focus on what is in our control, what we can do, not to change the situation because it's something that's bigger than us, but there are ways we can definitely gain back some agency and make sure we have some control over our content consumption. In fact, we can have a lot of control over it. And the first strategy that really helped me was to turn off autoplay, the autoplay feature on Netflix, on YouTube, but even on my yoga app, because I think we're all familiar with the endless scroll, the endless stream of content which we've become used to. And I think it's really important that there be a clear beginning and a clear end to what we're consuming. So individual pieces of content rather than the endless scroll. Number two was to set reminders. So every 30 minutes the alarm goes off and I'm reminded to ask myself, how long have I been consuming content for? And is this content that I've actively chosen to consume? And finally, and this applies to YouTube, rather than immediately going to the homepage, I'll go and check my subscriptions or my watch later list and pick content from there. And yeah, this is it. Let me know if you have other strategies that may be useful, and I hope this helps. I wish you a lovely rest of your day and see you again in my next video. Talk soon. Bye bye. Ciao.